So every now and then I hear something that really gets my attention. I want you to watch this video because I think there's a lot to be said for mental health. And May is Mental Health Awareness Month. I can't think of a better time, particularly for people who consider themselves very spiritual, understand spiritual gifts. This may be a perspective that you haven't heard. Take a listen.
One thing I don't think we talk about enough in the body of Christ is how if you don't know your spiritual gifts, it can impact your mental health. If you're an intercessor and don't know that what you carry is a burden you're meant to release, you probably think that you're emotionally dysregulated. If you are a prophetic type and don't know it, you probably have a history of rejection and trauma, never being understood, even by your own family. And no one's taught you that your vivid imagination actually serves a purpose. No one's given you the framework or infrastructure of how to walk it out in a healthy way. If you have the gift of discernment and no one's told you, you probably think you're hyper empathetic, which is a trauma response. That's a real thing. But sometimes it's not just people's nervous systems and emotions you're picking up on. Sometimes there are other things. And if you don't know it, that's heavy and can make you implode. We need to know what is soul, what is spirit. And in the church, I find we go into ditches. Either everything is spirit or everything is soul. And I have to be honest here, clinically trained, but I also walk in the gifts of the spirit. It's not one size fits all. That's why we need discernment and wisdom. That's why we need to inquire of the Lord. Because everybody's healing journey can look different. But in my experience, when people discover their giftings, they often heal. There's a level of healing that comes when the shame lifts, when there's a discipleship that helps them walk it out in a way that helps and not hinders, and people get activated and become alive. It's very powerful. Have you ever heard someone speak of this? I have a couple of voices that I honor and respect who speak to this, but other than that, there are very few in my experience. But as a therapist who can see the gifts that people carry, who saw over the last 20 years that the amount of people that came to therapy were highly spiritually gifted, this is something I can't ignore.